Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for you. This is a general spread for the week of the 30th of July to the 6th of August for you. This is any sun, moon or rising Scorpios. Now, you've got your North Node this week moving into your fourth house of domestic, your domestic fourth house, which is kind of creating an energy of a little bit more peace for you this week and kind of safety within your home, is what they're saying. However, the Saturn retrograde, which started on the 26th of July, will call for you to kind of need to have some quite strict boundaries, they're saying, this week, and kind of healthier limits on your daily tasks or kind of workload. Okay. It feels like already the energy that you may be needing to have a bit of a tough conversation is what's coming through this week, or needing to get something kind of off your chest. But let's have a look. So we're starting with, before I do your tarot spread, missed opportunity. This says, I didn't act when I should have. I'm getting the energy that this could be either you or somebody else that should have pounced when the moment came, they're saying. So if this is somebody else's, it could be somebody else's energy, because you also have open heart, which is all about vulnerability, being receptive and having empathy. So I feel like someone's kind of looking at a situation this week through your lens as well as their own, is what's coming through. And that might be why this tough conversation kind of comes to a head. Okay, for my Scorpio collective, please, can we start with their energy? What is Scorpio's energy for the week, please? Thank you. Oh, Temperance in reverse. It may be you're feeling a little lack of balance or a lack of peace this week, having to kind of flip-flop around lots of different things. Your person's energy this week is the Knight of Pentacles and the Sun. Okay, so this doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. This could be anybody that's on your mind or anybody that you are kind of communicating with or connecting with this week. The person, your person, whoever this is feeling very content. They've got the Sun, they're feeling really happy with themselves. The Knight of Pentacles is like one foot in front of the other, very slow and steady, very grounded approach. But it's putting you out of balance in a certain area. The energy between you, this might be why. The energy between you and another person this week is the Tower. So this is, like I said before, I feel a kind of conversation that's needing to be had this week that will be pulling out any foundations that aren't laid on, they're showing me cement, aren't laid properly. So if anybody's been trying to pretend that they're really happy when perhaps they're not, that may be being expressed. Either you or another person is coming through as well. Is there anything hidden in this situation? It feels like there might be. Is there anything hidden? Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is to do with like financial loss, somebody kind of having worries about finances, or kind of, again, it's linking back to that kind of energy where someone, it feels like, is pretending to be more stable than they are, or pretending to be okay when perhaps they're not. There's a Tower moment here. Either somebody's going to lose an amount of money, or it could be that in general it feels like their stability is withering in a situation. What are your hopes and fears? What are Scorpio's hopes and fears around this situation, please? Scorpio's hopes and fears. Thank you. King of Wands. Interesting. I feel a kind of energy of like somebody needing to kind of take ownership of a situation or leadership, or it could also be that somebody took a bit of a daring decision here, which might be why this missed opportunity has arisen. It's almost like somebody was planning to make a decision one way, and then in the last minute changed their mind and is now feeling everything crumbling, is the kind of energy that I'm getting. What's likely to happen here between this dynamic if the energy doesn't shift for Scorpio collective, please? What's likely to happen, please, for Scorpio in this situation? Anxiety. Let's clarify that, please. Anything else for the likely outcome? Knight of Swords. This is somebody kind of feeling a little bit temperamental, they're saying, or coming in like quite a sort of aggressive way. It's very direct. It's very this could be you. I feel like in this conversation, you have been so anxious about a situation, and it's almost like the energy of, are you joking me? I've done all this for what? And I feel an energy of somebody kind of removing their energy and then wanting to bring it back, and it being quite confusing for somebody. But they are being a little bit more vulnerable is the energy that's coming through. But yeah, I feel you've been really worried about a situation or anxious. Could be this person did make a silly decision financially or with your stability in general. Let's clarify some of these for you, Scorps, to see if we can get a bit more positivity here. What is this Temperance for your energy in reverse? Yeah, it feels like a final, it's the final countdown, it's coming through. I just feel an energy of somebody having enough. Somebody's got to the brink of the situation and is like, I can't keep doing this. I need to make a decision on this. It's kind of like fighting the inevitable. There is hesitancy here around making this decision. It could be somebody that's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of tells you what you want to hear, and you're just getting a bit fed up with it, is kind of the energy that I'm feeling. Or this could be somebody else's energy. What is your person's energy this week? Okay, so they're in planning mode. This is why I feel they're being very strategic. I feel that they're wearing a mask. I feel like they're showing themselves to be one thing and then is actually feeling a completely different way. It's like they want you to think that everything's fine in their life. But I feel like they're making a decision here or taking a certain risk in some kind of way, which is why I feel like this person may have taken a risk here and is feeling a little bit like a dog coming back with their tail between their legs to kind of rectify the situation. And I just feel you're like, I've had enough of this turbulent energy, you know. Why is there a Tower moment here? Oh, you got a few. Why is there a Tower moment? You have the Knight of Wands, 4 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Pentacles. Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting the energy of someone who starts little fires or starts little dramas so that you show them that you care. So they don't believe that you're like 100% in this or want to build something with them or on their team or... And it feels like they get bored. It feels like a real... Yeah, they have like insecurities here or anxieties around a situation, and they get a little bit bored, and then they poke fires, they're saying, or prod the fire to see if you will burst into flames over a situation, basically. Interesting. And kind of expect you to scurry along behind them. No, I didn't mean. And I feel like maybe you didn't do that this time, and they're feeling like, oh, well, that was a bit silly. I need to now come back in and say what I need to say to rectify the situation. Why are your hopes and fears the King of Wands? Actually, I should have done that 10 of Pentacles first. So your hopes and fears, I feel, is that they're not taking this as seriously as they could. Or I also get an energy of someone's worried about like having children, or that this person won't be stable enough or in control of themselves enough to build a long-lasting family, and community. And it's going to leave you birthing a situation that isn't going to be matched here. You do have, I've just realized, the Emperor and the Empress though. To get those together, this is a soul level connection, and I do feel that they've got the same feelings for you as you have for them. But somebody's worried about stability, and it could be they're worried about their finances here, whether they're going to be able to match the Emperor to your Empress. They think very highly of you here. And I just feel like they're still in a bit of risky, impulsive energy in their life. Or they have like addictions, or they, you know, it's something that feels like gambling to me. It could be gambling with your heart. It doesn't have to be like financial gambling, but it just feels like somebody that takes like these risks, even though you see so much potential in them. they just keep making these silly, risky decisions and then feeling like they've had a missed opportunity with you. And then it's this kind of cycle that... So yeah, it's really interesting energy. Let's clarify this 10 of Pentacles. What is this lack of stability or lack of finances, please? Thank you. Lack of action is what's just come through. Lack of taking control, lack of action. I feel like someone's not like being in their masculine energy enough or being in their feminine energy enough, depending on the situation for you, and it's causing you to kind of get in a spiral of chaos rather than be able to just come to each other with the right dynamic. I feel like there's something at play here with the dynamic of the relationship, which is then causing you to not be able to have this long-lasting foundation going forward, because it feels like all the ingredients are here. It feels like the recipe's sweet. It just feels like when it comes to cooking it, an obstacle always comes up, or a dynamic shift comes up, or something in their lives is causing anxiety. It's almost like outside sources is the problem here. Let's get some overall advice for you in this situation this week, please. What is the overall advice for Scorpio this week, please? What is the overall advice for Scorpio this week, please? Thank you. Page of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is kind of telling you to remain in your confidence. Even if you really don't feel confident this week, try and fake it till you make it a little bit. Remain determined. Get that kind of power back within you, even if something is going on behind the scenes, or try and stay grounded in your energy. Try and allow yourself to not be hasty, not be impatient in a situation. Don't have a big tantrum this week. Like, stay grounded in your energy and just let this person speak. Analyze what this person's saying and see if you feel that you can build it again to this Emperor-Empress situation. If this is a work colleague, it might be that you need to they might need to be listening to you a little bit more. You know, there's really like that give and take kind of energy that's needed here. Things might not happen overnight, you know, you might need to, you know, sometimes when we have to sit with an anxiety for a little while and then after 2 days you've got a lot more clarity, or it just feels like a bit of a build up. There is going to be a bit of upheaval this week, a bit of a tower moment when somebody, I think, reveals themselves from their mask is kind of the energy that I'm getting, or reveals something to you that is going to pee you off a little bit. So stay calm, don't have a tantrum about it. You'll regret it afterwards is kind of what they're saying. Remain balanced in the situation, and there's always going to be a solution to it. Okay, but it's going to come to you a lot quicker if you stay balanced and calm than if you go off on a tangent about it, you know. So yeah, that is your energy for this week. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to, or you're drawn to what is going on for you, or if this resonated for you. I love hearing who my readings are for. If you would like a private reading that's personal to your situation alone, you can email me. My email's in my bio, and I will do another reading for you soon.